Hey everybody, Rebecca Vernon here, Blood of Yehoshua Ministries. Same story as before. I've got some strange pictures for you. These are a bit more current from this past week. Again, I don't have any special software that will help me show you guys my desktop. So I'm going to go over these videos and photos I took with you guys. I apologize for my camera in advance. It makes really annoying zooming noises. So let's take a look at the video first. You'll hear me calling this Jupiter, which it may or may not be. I don't think it is. It could be. Might be Serius and Serius B. I'm not an astronomer. I have no idea. If I see it in the sky again, I'll figure it out. But I didn't want to really wait, since we've had nothing but cloudy skies since then, to post what I found. So I really don't know what to make of this. In Genesis, well, let me pull it out. I usually do King James, but that's not really handy right at the moment. So it says in Genesis, God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the sky to separate the day from the night. They will serve as signs for festivals and for days and for years." I think the KJV says for signs and for seasons. And provide light on the earth. And it was so. And he placed them in the expanse of the sky to dominate the day and the night and to separate the light from the darkness. And he saw that it was good. We know that there will be signs in the heaven. And we've got the blood moon tetrad. It's in controversy whether that's biblical or not, or prophetic or not. So I'm not really, excuse me, had to adjust. I'm in bed today. It's a snow day outside. I'm not really here to debate that. Found some pretty amazing things. That's more what I want to discuss. So let's watch this video first. Windows Media Player, I'm going to share with you guys. And let me pull that up. Whoop. Start it over. Y'all have to be patient with me. I'm not quite a pro at this yet. I'm working on it. Okay, play. Okay, there's something up there. See it? That's Jupiter. No, it's not. I don't know what that is. There's something up there by it. We have the moon right there. There's our moon. Looking pretty awesome. There's the moon looking awesome. And there is Jupiter with something next to it. Something flashing. Is it another planet? Mars, maybe? Can you see that with the naked eye? Mm-hmm. Possibly one of its moons. I don't think we can see Jupiter's moons with our naked eye. I don't think. Okay, I hope that was showing you guys. Just to be sure. I'll wind that a little bit. I think it might have froze. I'm not sure. No way to check since we're live. And the moon's going to look really washed out in the video version. There's no way to really set my white balance on the video.
Fix the white balance on this.
As I just said. Okay, so let me get us set up in the right thing here. So there's something next to this thing, and it comes out, and you know, the moon is not really, you know, I asked an astronomer about this. I said, sometimes the moon will rise and sometimes it'll set. On this particular evening, the moon set in the sky. It did not rise. Apparently that's not abnormal. This was not Venus. This was not Mercury. And it should not have been Jupiter, according to this astronomer. So let's pull up these photos that I have. I want to take this picture right here because this is taken close pretty much to sunset. Maybe a little after, as you can see. This is where our alignment was. And I don't know if you can see my mouse. Okay, hide that. Pull up the picture. I'm going to go in a little bit. So in case there's anyone in the know as far as astronomy, I'm going to indicate with my mouse where our our moon wound up. And this bright light down here is a street light. So this is showing up with quite a bit of light pollution. And this photo here was actually taken on my iPhone, I think. I'm not sure. Yes, my iPhone. Excuse me. So our moon, actually, I'm going to show you its line of descent. Went like this. Down here. Okay, out of view. This is where it wound up. This here, I don't know where it went. I probably tried to photograph it for a good hour, and I'm going to go over those photos with you guys. Yeah. I think I downloaded an app on my phone that's supposed to show you what's in the sky so I could figure out what it was. And by the time I got back outside, it was gone. And I looked straight up and Jupiter was there. And that's how I figured out where the moon was, since it was no longer visible. You know, I showed you the line of descent. So yeah. Mercury and Venus were below the horizon and had been. So I don't know, but let's take a look at the photos that I took. Some of them are pretty cool, if I say so myself. Kind of fond of my camera. So let me pull this back up, share, present to everyone, and I will go to the next one. Now, let's skip that. Okay, so what I've done is I noticed when I hit auto contrast that lots of things showed up that weren't visible. So on all of these photos, I added a version that's auto contrast. So we'll kind of look at those too and see what's going on there. And I'm going to zoom in just a little for you guys so you can see how cool this is, really. I mean, you can see like rainbow colors really around whatever this is. I kept calling it Jupiter. And this was like really bright red to our eyes, but it looks more like a dull mauve maroon color, almost brown in this photo. But then let's look at the auto contrast. That little guy right there, that's almost more of the color of what it actually looked like. But this is actually what we were seeing in the photo, which is really strange because of how solid that one looks, right? And these blue marks, if you'll pay attention throughout reviewing these photos, they don't remain stationary. And the numbers will vary throughout. So yeah, there's the first photo in auto contrast. And without auto contrast. So now we're going to see the second photo in auto contrast. And notice that red sphere is gone. All the blue that was over here has come to the forefront, and this is like taking on some rainbow glow over here. Now it was a flashing, and y'all saw the video. It was kind of flashy, so that does not surprise me. That is really cool looking, right? Let's just really get in there. That is super awesome. So yeah. And the regular non-auto contrast version, and there's not as much rainbow color on this one here. We see that kind of solar looking flare going on there. And yeah, so there you go. And there's just quite a few of these. I'm bad at editing down. I think they're all just so cool. I'm super impressed. So here's the next one on auto contrast, and these are in sequential order of how I took the photographs. So all these blue I'm going to call them anomalies because they're not visible unless you do the auto contrast. This is how they progress in the photos. So now we have more of them over here showing up, and this is almost like become washed out, and this is taking on super amount of color. Move on to, okay. Very interesting, right? I'm gonna go super close to this. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna pixelate a little bit, but I see like a face there. I mean, I'm sure I'm matrixing that, but still really cool. Pretty cool. And then there's this one. It's kind of lost its sphere shape a little bit there. That could have been, you know, I did not have a tripod, so that could have had something to do with that. I had a friend say they were going to send me one, but I haven't received it. So this is the next one, and now we're down to, I guess, 4 of these guys, these blue mystery things, and this color has shifted. And then we have like parts like right here, if you'll notice, where there's just, you know, wow, there's like almost no color on the back sphere in this one. And I'm wondering, are these like, you know, the same size and the distance is just making this one look smaller? Because in the video, it looks so much smaller, right? Like this photo almost doesn't compare to how it looked in the video. as far as in relation to the size. But as I'm looking at it now with you guys, I'm thinking it's almost like these could be the same size, almost like this one could be bigger than this one, but it's further away. They are just like perfectly in line with each other. This one's super pixelated. But yeah, this is the auto contrast for the next one. Then the blue has moved again. It will never stay the same at any of these. And here's the regular. Oh, look, on this one, we kind of can see the blue spots. Let's go super far in and try and look at that a little bit. You can kind of see that. That's sort of cool. So it's not just, I don't know, a glitch if it's actually showing up. Yeah, I think I was probably wobbly a bit on this photo. This one is pretty awesome. I think I was playing with my camera settings at the time to see which one was the best route to go. And this setting captured the color of this back sphere the best. This was not the photo that captured it the best. And it added this halo. There was one point toward the last part of observing this that this sphere did take on a halo, but not quite that large. More like this was the radius of the halo. So yeah. This is more like it, but it was definitely much more red. Let's go in closer to view this. That is super cool. I mean, I had no idea my camera was this awesome. I mean, look at that. It's like there's a hole opening up in space. And just in case you're curious, I have a Fujifilm 40 times zoom, and that's what I took these with. Yeah, this outer color here, that I mean, you saw the video. That's closer to the color that it was observed with the naked eye. Yeah, that's pretty close right there. This is one of my favorites, really. That's pretty awesome. And that's more relative to the size, really, that it was observed with the naked eye and in the video as well. So this is like my absolute favorite. This is so cool. And that one's super pixelated too. This looks a lot like another photo I took once of something in the sky. But the thing that I took, it was moving. That is just neat. It's so neat. I'm sorry. I don't mean to go on. I mean, I know these are my photos, but and I'm going to get to the really good stuff here when I get to the ones I took of the moon. At least I think they're pretty cool. I mean, look at that. How cool can you get? It doesn't get much cooler than that. What is this thing? Does somebody know? Somebody find out. Somebody has to know somebody that knows somebody that knows. What is this thing? I've seen this thing, okay, circling the moon at various times. It comes out right at sunset, moonrise, and it is, at some point, like on one night it was beside the moon, some nights it's above the moon, some nights it's under the moon. But what really got my attention was this thing. I'd never seen this by it before. And this is that thing, I think, by itself. Could be wrong. It could just be the other one. But yeah. And there's a lot of pictures, you guys, so I'm going to try to not take too much time going over every single one. So much time. But how cool. There's one with auto contrast. And then the other thing disappears. So I think that's the only one that had like that green color. Well, and that one. This is bananas. There's some more of the blue. I mean, there's less of the blue in these, but it's there. I think this is where it really started looking kind of crazy. I'm going to zoom in like big time and let you see. I'm going to get a little too close. Check that out. This one. That looks like a spore. Okay, now we're to the moon. And a lot of these have, give me just a second. I want you to see my face. So that those of you that are all scientific about body language and honesty can read my expression. A lot of these are, I'm going to go through, like, because I saved them. And the first thing I noticed was this curve. And I was like, what is that? So I zoomed in and I was like, oh, that kind of looks like an owl. So in Picasa, I was like, auto contrast and darken. And as I did that, like, things started showing up. So the first image you'll see will probably be the original. And then as I go through, it'll be different versions of that same one with different things done to enhance what I saw. I didn't add anything to these photos, guys. Add anything to these photos. This is 100% just what was there. And one of these really blows my mind. There's something on the moon. And it wasn't there the whole time. It's like it just stopped in for a visit, or it came up to say hello. I don't know. But let's take a look. And someone who's in the know or knows about space, maybe you can explain it to me or to us, because I don't know. I just took the pictures. So here we go. So let me see if this is the one. I probably just saved this because I thought it looked decent. I mean, this is not what I was trying to do, is get my white balance done so that I could take decent photos of the moon where you could actually see the craters and the location of Tycho. This is not a good representation of that. I've yet to achieve that on my new camera. But I would notice things like this that I'm circling with the cursor here. Not in this photo, but so this was not the one, and it's not the best, but I thought it was pretty cool. One of my better, nice try, close but no cigar. So I went ahead and saved it. This is another example of that. So yeah, as you can see, it's getting slightly better as far as details coming through, close but no cigar. Okay, so this one has some more detail. Was this the one? Uh-huh. Oh, what is that? Is this, did I look at this one? Oh, do you see that? E, X. I don't, and there's an A and a C. There's another X with hooks on the end. I think those are symbols. I don't think this is one of the ones that I thought had writing on it, but clearly it does. I mean, that's a rune, I think. The X with the hooks on the ends. See that circle right there? There's an X right there. Something right there. A C. That is an A, folks. That is an A right there. Let me zoom in. This is crazy. I think this was one I just thought was a decent looking photo. It might be zoomed in too much now. Yeah, I'm at like 400%. Yeah. What is that? And how big does that have to be? That what looks like an M. I mean, perfectly straight lines. Okay. Anyway, I don't want to get caught up looking for new things. I just want to show you what I actually found. That's interesting right there, but I don't think this is one either. No, this is not one. I just thought this one looked cool. See, because there's a big debate on whether the moon is rotating. I will show you something, maybe if I can. This is closer to how the moon should look. Not quite how it should look, because this should come more this way and this should come more this way. But that's not how it looks. It looks like this. So yes, the moon is rotating, or we're rotating. Something's rotating. Not sure what. Okay, so I guess this must have been it. I wonder if I saved it. There was something I noticed, and I don't think I did save it. Shame on me. Okay, but I did save the next one, and I'll show you what I noticed. You see this line right here, this very definite line? Looks almost like the Harry Potter scar. That is what caught my attention. And I decided to go in for a look. Okay, so I come in, and you can't even see what looked like an owl at first to me. It looked like an owl sitting on a star. So that is when I noticed that there was what very clearly looked to be writing on the moon. There's another hooked X right there. I mean, and this would have to be huge, like the most gigantic scale ever. There's an E. See it? And I don't just think it's in English. I think there's multiple languages up there, ancient and modern. And I'm not saying I know who did it. Where? Oh, right there. And I bet I overdid it. But right there, it looks like it very clearly says hi. But this is not the one because I darkened it so much. But you can see K. And it all started because of this very clear. It looks like MIX. I mean, it looks like that's been squared out. I mean, there's something going on here because of the shadow. I mean, I don't even know what to think about this, really. And then I've turned it around to look at it from another angle. I mean, to me, that's very clear. That's not naturally occurring. And it's huge. It's giant. I mean, there's the line right there that got my attention. I mean, to me, it's easier to see the other way. But, okay. Here's before I cropped it. There's that line that got my attention. Maybe this is the one that hasn't been completely contrasted out. And you can see the word hi. At least I saw the word hi. I mean, that looks like an MIX to me. And I was thinking, is that like Roman numerals for a date or something? What would that even be? Like a 1,000? I don't even know. I wish I could see the rest of it. But clearly there's, I mean, I can't read any of it. I mean, I see what looks like the word mix and some very strange line patterns that look like letters. I mean, some circles, some hooked X's, a K, and it just makes me wonder because that's not naturally occurring. Why is it there? Now, as I added different enhancers like contrast or shadow, I saved it because different things would show up and other things would go out of the photo. Certain things would become more visible and other things less visible. So that's why some of these are just the same photo over and over again. But this is very washed out in my photo. I wish it was more clear. But there looks like another X, maybe a Y. I don't know. What do you think? E. It's like another E right there. Probably should have done this right after I did it so I remembered what everything was, but yeah, more contrast to bring out stuff. Too close, it's very pixelated now. So yeah, it all started with this one little spot drawing my attention. And and the reason it's red is I went through the tints to see if any of the colors would bring out a color, or I'm sorry, bring out the detail a little more. And I thought it was so odd. And this here's interesting too. That's not naturally occurring. I thought it was so odd that the red brought everything out because we've had these blood red moons. So I was thinking, and this is going to sound kind of out there, but what if like this was almost every single language and there was some message written up here that I can't see all of because of the shadow, but what if there's some message written up there in every single language, and just before, everything hits the fan, we're in the last days and all, we have these blood red moons so that we're able to see it more clearly. I don't know. It was just something that came in my head. I mean, people were assuming I was saying aliens did it. I mean, I think I was thinking more it was from God than anything, or maybe some astronauts thinking they'd be cute, but play a little trick on the people back home. I don't know. I just was like, what is that? Why are there letters on the moon? Clear letters. Very clear. I hope you're not getting bored. Yeah, so there's some other stuff too. I'm getting to it, but I mean, that's starting to come out more in this one, so that must have been why I was playing with some, because we got another A there. I mean, it's pixelated, but I mean, what looks like a P or a T or something like that. I mean, this down here is very washed out, like I said. I was probably trying to enhance that, to be honest with you, more than this up here, because the more I enhanced it, the more this went away, the clarity of all this up here, which is where I originally noticed the anomaly to begin with. But that there is very strange to me. And I think that's just the crop version. Yeah. So yeah, I was like, writing on the moon. Okay. Now this one, I wish, because this is the closest I've gotten to having the detail I want, but the bottom part, the most prolific, was out of frame. Go figure. But look right here. Oh my goodness. back up a little. Really? Uh-huh. And then right in here. And then look right here. Seriously. That's some kind of writing. Letters, symbols, it's something. I don't know if there was anything on the other side that I noticed, but yeah. So, I think this one might have been too washed out. But you can still make out what seems to be certain letters. And symbols. What is with that? And the craziest part is the further away you get, the clearer. Ooh. Where'd it go? Sorry, guys. The craziest part is the further away you go from it, the image, the clearer it gets. I mean, turn your head sideways to your left. It's sideways. T, lowercase e, capital R. I mean, this little 3 symbol. I'm not saying it's words. I don't even know what to say it is, really. And look, the further away I go, the clearer it is. Take, maybe. I don't know. And what's right here? Let's go look at this. That symbol is what really got me right here. That's, I think, why I kept this one. Really, it wasn't that over there. Look at that. What is that? That didn't come from nature. That did not come from nature. No, it didn't. Tell me it did. I'll call you a liar. No. And there's an A right there. You see it? Go closer. Now this all get clearer as I back up. Especially that. I mean, look, what? Seriously? Come back here. What are you? I'm all prepared for the YouTube trolls to call me crazy, but that is writing on the moon right here. Clear letters, not occurring in nature. Show me from Google Earth anything in the world that looks like that occurring in nature. I challenge you. Okay, moving on. Okay, is this where that thing happened? Let's see. No, it's not. There's. I don't think I could see anything in this one because it was all washed out. Why did I save it? I don't know, you guys. Should have put notes on these probably. Oh, that's why. And that probably. Let's look at this one first because it's the least interesting. Oh, no, it's not. It's very interesting. We'll go to that one next. See, I almost missed it. You see this? Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm going to back up for you because it's easier to see the further away you go. Move it out of the line of the percentage chart. See how much clearer it gets when I back out? Whoop, 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 whoop. Are they like, is that like a portal thing? I don't even know. I don't know what that is. I'm not even going to speculate. I don't need to speculate. I can just call it weird. And that's what I'm going to call it. Weird. I'll back out a little bit more. Clear, clear, clear. Even clearer. Okay, now we go over to this weirdness. Oh, wait, this is kind of weird too. We'll go look at that. I don't know what it is, but we'll look at it. Kind of blends together when you get close. Let's back up. Kind of some shaping that doesn't look normal. But this, let's take a look at that. Okay, and I'm going to back away slowly. That's kind of weird. Kind of weird. Based on the things that I've heard people say about the moon, that's kind of a little weird. I wonder if I saved another version of this one here. Probably not. But yeah, that was weird. Weird's my favorite word right now. Oh, I gave away the weird, or the coolest one, but so I didn't get Tycho, as you can see. No Tycho in my photo. But what is that? Right where that little whoop, 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 whoop thing I was just showing y'all is what appears to be a swastika. And more strange symbols and stuff. So turn your head to the left sideways. Yeah, you see it now? Right here. Yeah, okay, next. I think this is just another color added to make things more visible. Might be wrong. I don't really see anything. Well, moving on. Okay. What's going on with this one? That looks a little strange. See how it goes? Look at that. Watch. See that right there? Look, it's a structure. Seriously. Look at that circle. See that? It's like an igloo kind of structure. See the hole on top? It goes down. Look. Anyway, I don't want to sound like some weird conspiracy theorist. I really don't. I just noticed one weird thing on the moon, and then all this other weird stuff showed up. It is what it is, people. I really don't care. M. That doesn't show up on its own. It really doesn't. It does not naturally occur in nature. It just doesn't. Not by itself. I think this one might have been too washed out to see. Oh, that looks more like more of that structure to me, but I don't know. Yeah, you see that? It's like a formation there, and then the pole goes down. Look at that. Do you see it? Right there? And it goes out like that and down. Remember like a jungle gym playset, the way it's built? I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just now noticing that for the first time, really. Especially in this photo. I'm not even sure why I saved this one. What's that? No clue. I mean, one thing I'm noticing is they all look different. And these were all really taken in rapid succession. I was trying to get the white balance right and trying to get a clear shot that showed the craters and Tycho. That was it. So I don't know what's going on up there, y'all. I really don't. I don't even. I mean, there are things. Either it has moved, because those clear craters that I pointed out to you guys aren't even there. Remember? That solid zigzag? Not there. Unless that's it right there, maybe. I don't know. Doesn't look like it. Anyway. But what do we have here? I apologize for how grainy this is. I did all kinds of things to this. I did a first of all, I cropped it. Second of all, I did an auto contrast. And I enhanced the shadow and light on it because I wanted to really bring out whatever this was. This thing showed up out of nowhere. And there's something that was back over here too. But in order to make it visible, this guy really got washed out, whatever it is. So I just ignored whatever that is. But where, let me come out a little, because where was I seeing that structure? The structure was kind of right in this area, I thought. I may have washed everything out just to enhance him. There's our hooked X. See, that showed up. Okay, so some of the things are showing up in other photos. There's an L and an E. See, there's stuff there. Maybe he's up there tagging it right now. Who knows? Who really knows? I mean, somebody said it best. I mean, they thought I was obsessing about space, and they said our focus should be on Christ. Well, I assure you, my focus is on Christ. But the Bible clearly tells us there will be signs in the heavens. Signs in the heavens. Look at that. If this is not a sign in the heavens, I don't know what is. I do not know what to tell you. That is not a sign. What is that? Look, and the further away we get, the clearer it gets. What is it? And that looks kind of weird too right there. I'm going to look at that really quick. Look at that little bubble. And there was one up here. Right here, you see that? Maybe that's Tycho. I don't know. I'm not an astronomer, but there we have a very clear jagged line there. It is just crazy. So if any of y'all out there know or have any idea what's going on in these pictures, feel free to let me know, because I have no idea. I have none. If y'all know what the was showing up in those other photos, let me know. Oh, here, I turned him over. So that's what he looks like. I guess I extra enhanced him too. Right side up. Huh. A little man in a spacesuit, maybe? Who knows? I mean, relation to size, I don't even... Look, P, C. I wouldn't even know where to begin, size-wise, how big they should be if that was a human, but looks about right to me. My first thought was man in a spacesuit. I wasn't going to go aliens with this at all, but y'all let me know what you think. That's clearly something, though, on the moon. It's not a pimple. Yeah. Not sure what it is, but it's something. Yeah. And I haven't showed those to anybody except for the group, Living for the Lord, Doomsday Disciples. This is not to create fanaticism about aliens or UFOs. I've always appreciated the stars in the sky because God created them. They made me appreciate how small I am in relation to all of creation, and how much He can care for me being this tiny, insignificant part of everything that He's created. I don't recommend obsessing about, aliens or UFOs or the deception that's coming, or even the signs in the heavens. But if you see something out of place, you should say, hey, something weird's going on. That if you don't know Jesus, you're running out of time. You need to get to know him and make him your personal savior today. He came to call the sinners. He loves you just the way you are. I mean, he took me the way I am. I mean, dear Lord, I pray that you will reach into the hearts and souls and minds of anybody watching this video, and that you will let them know that you love them. That every time they felt alone, anytime they felt like no one in the earth cared for them, that nobody understood them, that you were right there and you knew exactly how they felt, and you cared about them and you understood them, and that you made them just the way they are for a special purpose, and that they can be who they are and they don't have to be anyone else except for exactly who you made them to be. And I hope that they come to know you as I know you, Father, and that they love you as much as I love you, and that they know that they are special because they were created in your image, and that they are called to a high purpose as priests of a special order for the Son of God, Jesus Christ, Yahushua HaMashiach. I pray that you will do a mighty work in their life as the author and finisher of their salvation. In Jesus' name, amen. The time has come. You've got to repent, you guys. Things are happening. I don't know. Maybe we'll get some answers about this. Maybe we won't. Maybe I'll disappear off the planet after I post this. Who knows? But stay vigilant. Be a watchman on the wall. Spread the gospel of Christ, because we don't know how much longer we have. But I'm guessing that, that the hour is definitely drawing to a close, and clock's ticking. God bless you guys. I love you all, and I will talk to you next time.